We get everything from Austin, and anything that we don't want, we try to send back to Austin.
The year 2000, Buda had 6 employees. Today we're a little bit bigger. We have 152 employees. Over the last 5 years, we've added 3,250,000 square feet of commercial space just in the city of Buda.
$247 million were leaving the area.
So many amazing things are happening in Buda today and every day, most of which I can't tell you about.
Because they are playing this master game of chess.
For the rest of y'all, you better hurry because we're running out of space.
All right. Well, fantastic. I think we got some standards. That's okay. Got some people over here. All right, well, we're going to go ahead and get started. Can everybody hear reasonably okay? All right, we're going to make it work. All right. Well, welcome to LinkedGlenn Building Beyond Austin, the Buda edition. Let's just try it for fun. A round of applause for Balcones Real Estate for hosting us. That actually didn't echo as bad. Okay. Well, hey, thank y'all all for coming. Buda is an incredible place. Anybody familiar with Tim Dowling's group? He hosts a monthly meetup that I've been going to for quite a while. Got to meet a lot of the city officials, local community folks, incredible community. And it's not that far when you're coming from Austin to Buda in the morning. Traffic's not that bad. And I think now us going home this evening won't be bad either. So I think we've timed it good. So let's get started. Quick shout out, presenting sponsor, Lawrence Group Architects. I do some business development consulting with them. Luma Jafar was unable to make it, but she is working on a couple projects in Buda. The train depot, which we'll probably touch on here in a bit with Jennifer, working on that with the EDC, and then interior finish out for Perseus Defense just across the parking lot there, which we'll probably touch on quite a bit as well. A lot of exciting things going on in Buda. So with that, I'd like to introduce, well, first let's give a quick introduction in a few words. So Mayor Lee is here. He wasn't sure he was going to make it, so he's not on the agenda, but I couldn't have the Mayor of Buda here and not have him say a few words. So come just say hello. Mayor Lee.
Everybody knows I really don't like doing this, but thank you all for coming. I didn't know exactly what I was stepping into when I decided to come yesterday, and then actually showed up today. But welcome to Buda. This is amazing. I didn't know there'd be 100 people here, but I've been in Buda for 25 years. I've been in 26 years now. And I've seen it change pretty drastically over the last 26 years, and it continues to change. Truth be told, I didn't get involved in the political side of it until 2016. So I ran for council in 2016, then ran for mayor in 2020. So I've been mayor now for 6 years, which makes me a recovering political person, I guess, now. But watching everything change over the last few years has been, scary, but also very emotional. It's great. It's a great thing to watch everything come on board. We're doing what we can. In 2016, I kind of jumped into everybody else's buzzword of the smart growth mentality that everybody was saying, smart growth, this is what we do. And then in 2020 and 20, as my campaigns go, it kind of turned into innovative and intentional growth. So we're looking for things that we want to be special. Buda is not everything for everyone. We are special on a purpose, and I just told somebody earlier today that it's neat that you're bringing this event that says, outside of Austin, we get everything from Austin, and anything that we don't want, we try to send back to Austin. So that does happen quite often. But now we kind of even morphed it farther from intentional growth to, we're looking for the catalysts now. We're looking for the Perseus Defenses. We're looking for the Futronics. We're looking for those companies that bring other things to bring good paying jobs, tax base, sales tax when possible. But that's what we're looking for in Buda now. It's not, again, we're not everything for everybody. We don't have the real estate, we don't have the water, we don't have the power. There's all the things we don't have everything for everybody. But we are looking for the catalyst who can build things to be built on. So that's kind of the goal of things like this and events like this is try to find those people in the rough and invite them to Buda and meet with our economic development and our Chamber of Commerce and doing everything we can to encourage you all to come to Buda and to be that next motivator, more catalyst for our growth in the right direction. So again, thank you all for coming and being here today.
Very good. Thank you, Glenn. All right. So with that, we'll bring up City Manager Micah. Say a few words, talk up Buda from a city perspective. So you can play with the microphone, get it a little closer, sometimes a little louder. We'll see how it goes. I'll go in the back and see if you can hear.
I'm pretty soft-spoken, so hopefully y'all can hear me. Well, when the mayor moved to Buda in 2000, if you've been here 26 years, we just had our budget kickoff today, and one of the stats that was shared was that in the year 2000, Buda had 6 employees. Today, we're a little bit bigger. We have 152 employees. So yeah, we've grown a little bit in the last 26 years. A lot of it in the last 3 to 5 years. How many of y'all have done a project in Buda or currently have a project in Buda? Maybe a half of y'all, so that's good. For the rest of y'all, you better hurry because we're running out of space. I'm not a great public speaker. I have to keep myself on track, so I have to make some notes. I will say that we do have a lot of great and exciting things happening in Buda. A lot of it is through our partnership with our Buda Economic Development Corporation. You're going to hear from Jennifer Storm here in a little bit, but they're doing a phenomenal job of pumping money into the economy to support local businesses and get them off the ground and going. We've done a lot to refine our development processes. We're continuing to refine our development processes to make that process as smooth and seamless as possible. We've almost doubled our development review staff in the last 5 years. So we've added more engineers, we've added more planners, really just to help make that process go smoother. And that's paying off. If you've been to downtown Buda, you can see there's a lot of revitalization happening in downtown. I've been in Buda since 2017, and it has only been the last couple of years that we've seen this explosive redevelopment in downtown. We have 2 businesses, 2 new buildings that are under construction, one that's about to kick off a major revitalization in downtown. The businesses that are there, we don't have a lot of turnover. They're good, solid businesses. Our restaurants are top notch. I always hear people come from Dripping Springs, Kyle, South Austin to eat in Buda restaurants because they're phenomenal. So if you haven't been down to check those out, do. And we have 2 new great ones, Astra and Roxy's, over at Buda Mill and Grain and on the other side of Main Street. But we are really running out of vacant land in downtown. All of the available lots are pretty much filling up. And so one of the programs the EDC has is called the FLIP program, and they're great with acronyms, and I am not, so I can't tell you what FLIP stands for. But basically, if you have a house in the downtown district, they'll help you, or they'll work with you to help convert it into a business. You're going to hear about the train depot project, I'm sure, that the EDC has been working on with the city. That's happening right now in downtown, and it's going to be great once it's done. Some other city projects underway. We're in the middle of a $16 million reinvestment into our Buda Sportsplex out at 1626 and 967. We're taking 4 baseball, softball fields and turning them into 8 elite level, highest level possible softball fields. The site is tight, and there's not a place for just women's sports to focus, so that's going to be our focus area is women's sports. I think we can accommodate 12U and under baseball, so they'll be able to host that out there as well. And it's going to be a phenomenal facility when it is completed later this summer. It's going to include batting cages, more parking, and this is phase 1 of 3, so there's going to be multiple phases to come in the future. Who's heard of the Garrison Park project? Only a handful of you. This is a 34-acre site that is north of City Park. It's right on the bend of Onion Creek, right where the bridge is. And everyone's pretty familiar where the bridge is down there. It's going to be a phenomenal park. It maintains constant water down there, so we're going to have kayaking, fishing, swimming, all the things that you'd love to enjoy during the summer. It's going to be a very passive use park. We got a grant from Texas Parks and Wildlife, and we're about to start construction on that project. It is out to bid now, so if you're a construction company or no construction company, have them check out that opportunity on our website. Bids close April 23rd, I believe, for that. Also staying with parks, we're about to pave more parking at City Park to support our events. I mentioned again the tremendous work that all of you have done in building Buda. Over the last 5 years, we've added 3,250,000 square feet of commercial space just in the city of Buda. Areas like this, the towers are phenomenal spots. It's outside of the city limits. It's in the ETJ, so I'm not even counting that in our numbers, but you can just see how much growth is happening around town. To support all of that, we're in the midst of our 2021 bond program. So we have, most of the park projects are done. Garrison Park is the last one that we'll be doing for that. But we have some major roadway projects still to come. The reconstruction of West Goforth, the reconstruction of Old Black Colony, and then we're going to be reconstructing Austin Street, which is in downtown, to make it more of an urban street with parking as well. With our bond program, our council kicked off the topic of talking about a 2027 bond as well. So I know a lot of you are engineers and architects, so we'll be looking for you and your help possibly with a 2027 bond election. I mentioned the effort of our planning and engineering staff to be more development friendly and to really streamline the process. But one of the ways that we're doing that is we're doing a major overhaul of our Unified Development Code. Our code was adopted in 2017, so it's just about a decade old. Staff has done a lot to work on that process and make it more customer friendly, but there's only so much that we can do at a staff level, so we have a consultant called Kendig Keast that is coming in to help us. They're holding some of the first stakeholder meetings for that process in May. And one of the things City Council is doing tonight at the council meeting is appointing an advisory ad hoc committee. So we're looking for developers, we're looking for engineers and architects, people that are familiar with our process and other cities' processes to serve on that ad hoc. So if you're interested in doing that, come find me or come find one of our council members. We're also working on updates to our historic guidelines. What else do I have? Jennifer is going to talk to you, I'm sure, about our focus. And really, one of the things I'll say is we really want to create a community that's a destination here in Buda. So we're looking for additional retail. That's something we lack desperately. We maintain one of the lowest we have one of the lowest property tax rates in the state of Texas, and definitely the area, because we have so much sales tax. And our sales tax is generated by retail and businesses here in the area. But we need more retail. We need more retail opportunities in Buda. A lot of people go to South Park Meadows or other places to shop. We need to capture that sales tax money here. So thank you, people like Tim and others that are building retail destination centers here. The last thing I'll leave you with is some of our big upcoming events. Buda turned 145 years old on April 1st. So we're celebrating that with our annual Buda birthday this Saturday. It's actually Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So Friday, there'll be events at our local downtown restaurants and bars. Saturday is the big party. West Texas Exiles and Molly Tuttle will be the headliner for that event. And then they have blues brunch locations around town on Sunday. Also in April, we have Buda in Bloom. This is a plant-based event that our Main Street program does. And if you haven't been to the Wiener Dog races, that's coming up at the end of April. It's always a great fun time. Our Main Street Sip and Stroll is coming up on May 8th, and then our biggest event that we ever do is our 4th of July called Red, White, and Buda. And I think half of South Austin and most of Kyle and Sunfield turn out to that event because we end up with usually between 12,000 to 15,000 people at City Park. Our headliner for that has not been announced, but I'm going to go ahead and announce it to y'all. It's a guy named Randall King. He's up and coming through the country circuit, so we're very excited to host him here in Buda. And I will turn it back over to Glenn unless anybody has any quick questions.
No, that's great. And actually, I think I just heard an ad for the Blooms event coming up next Sunday. So, yeah, a lot of events. The Wiener Dog races, definitely a sight to behold. They do a great Christmas trail as well. Our family has been to pretty good time. A lot of events here in Buda, just stone's throw from South Austin, as I say. Thank you, Micah. With that, I want to bring up the next panel sponsor, TDI Engineering. Trace here. Say a few words about them. Let's give him a hand.
Hi, I'm Trace Howland with TDI Engineering in Austin, and we are happy to sponsor this segment, Wireless Fireside Chat. Anyway, it's our host is pairing up with Jennifer Strong, who is the Economic Developer of the Year. It's amazing. So, with less ado, here you go.
All right.
Welcome these two.
All right, no, I appreciate it. Yeah, Jennifer, you want to come join, and we're just going to chat. Come on over. Come on, yeah, Jennifer. Woohoo! They got a water there. Fantastic. So yeah, thank you, Trace. So Jennifer, yeah, let's just talk about the first one, the Economic Developer of the Year. Woo! Yeah, that's incredible. All the way. This is like in Washington, D.C. This wasn't like a scammy little made-up deal. This was legit, right? Let's hear about it.
It was not a scammy made-up deal. I still don't know how to answer this because I'm completely blown away. But totally honored to stand in the Library of Congress and say Buda as many times as I got to accept that award on behalf of my team and our community and the work that we've done here. It's still just unbelievable. I don't know how they lied. I don't know what they said, but it must have been pretty convincing. So here we are.
Well, there you go. Well, it sounds like the industry folks here might need to look at the submission, get some ideas for some of their proposals when they're proposing to the city of Buda. Maybe they can learn some things. I just want to have a little chat, hear all the good things economic development are working on, focusing on. Let's just, the floor is yours for audience of architects, contractors, and what's the latest and greatest? What are we most excited about? Why Buda?
Why Buda? Well, thank y'all for coming to Buda. So many amazing things are happening in Buda today and every day, most of which I can't tell you about, which makes these things so incredibly hard to do. We are blessed by this project, which has landed us Perseus Defense, which has opened the door to 2 handfuls of other companies that will have some additional announcements here in the next coming days and weeks. Lots of things are happening in Buda, lots of things.
For those that might not pay attention,
Sure.
So Perseus, just to give a little background on who they are and what they do.
So Perseus Defense is an anti-drone technology company. Basically, they use micro-guided missiles to shoot drones out of the sky. And, we spend a lot of time and effort and money and connections to find businesses like this to bring to our community. And this project was brought to me by a person sitting in this room right now, Megan Flake. Megan lives in my neighborhood. So I bring this up every time because though this was a nationwide company, they came to us from San Francisco. It was local connections that brought that project here. So you may know somebody, you may have gone to college with somebody, you may have been introduced on an airplane to somebody. Bring them to us. Let us meet them, and let's see if they're our next Perseus. So Perseus came out of Y Combinator, which is a large accelerator program in the San Francisco Bay Area. They come out of that program with a seal of approval and dollars. And a lot of connections. So my number 2 searches on LinkedIn are Austin, San Francisco. I know no people in San Francisco, but my San Francisco searches are through the roof, and it's all because of Perseus. So we're excited to have them here. They've really put us on the map in a different kind of way, and proven up that we have the workforce here for their type of product.
Very good. What else have y'all been up to? I know the HEB's been in the news. That's a big win. Talk a little bit about the deal to get them there and the need for it, and then what I assume is a bonus of having the old HEB available for additional development.
Yeah, so HEB has been too small for 20 years. They have been looking for an additional site, and if you're from Buda, you've heard of all the sites that they've had for 20 years, none of which have been true. And Micah and I have met with them, I guess, 4 or 5 years ago now, and tried to help find another site, tried to keep them in Buda, and they kept coming back to a landfill. And every meeting I would say, are you sure? Is there any other property we can talk about? And they're like, no, this is the spot. But in order for them to do this project and to stay in Buda in the city limits, they needed incentive support for remediation. Environmental remediation is no joke, and especially on a large project like that. That land had sat vacant and would continue to sit vacant for the rest of our lifetimes if we did not come in to help them do that project. And it would take a company like an HEB who could wait 30 years to get some sort of incentive back to help them with that project. So the EDC, the city, Hays County, and the Emergency Services District all went together on that project to provide a combined incentive of around $20 million over 30 years to help get that project done. I'm really proud of that multi-jurisdictional incentive. That's not a normal project for us. It's a big deal.
Yeah. And will there be additional retail, or is that's just going to be the large HEB?
Yeah, so there's some additional land available to the north and the south of that, but it's not part of the HEB project itself.
Okay, but I'm assuming the current HEB becomes,
yeah,
do
so
they own it?
HEB will retain ownership of their existing strip, and part of our incentive was that retain its sales tax generation status and that it not become a seasonal product store. So there are some rules and regulations around what can go into that store, but the goal is to keep sales tax generation in that box. They will keep the gas stations there because of the environmental challenges of the new site. They can't move their gas tanks over there.
Okay, very good. And then the predating you maybe here, but the Cabela's. I remember when that. What year was that? 2008 or 6?
Nope, 2001.
2001. Yeah, it seems like a long time ago. Rick Perry, though, right? I'm right
That's
there.
right, Rick Perry.
Yeah. So that was probably the first economic development deal I remember. I just graduated, and I wasn't LinkedGlenn yet. But that was the first one where it made national news, certainly state news of this Cabela's is coming to town. And at the time, there was only a handful of them, and people were going to be detouring, going hunting from states around just to come. It was a huge deal for Buda to get. Talk a little bit about that incentive deal, the structure, the timing of it, what's left, and the anchor that's created for that area. How important is that still today, and what's the remainder of their incentive package?
Cabela's is the reason that the EDC exists. So this year is the 25th anniversary of the Buda EDC. The EDC was voted in existence by the citizens to help create the Cabela's incentive. So that was essentially 25 years ago. That incentive is a 30-year incentive, so it's on its tail end of that. I think it's a success, though it took some time to reach its employment numbers. That was probably the hardest component to hit, but it was the first Cabela's in Texas. It put Buda on the map in a big way that it was not previously on the map, and it has developed out that piece of the interstate that was not developed previously. So I call it a success. I think it's a good project, and I'm glad to have inherited it.
Very good, very good. I know some were probably, the Dorset's 221 across, I think might still be a sore subject. I don't know. I had some cousins that lived in the area. They were sad to see that go, but definitely overall, changed the perception of Buda and the viability of a lot of different types of projects, more retail, so you can stay local and shop. And
for sure. Now we get them off the highway. How do we get them from the highway to Main Street, right? So the first stop was getting them off the highway, and now how do we get them from the Cabela's parking lot onto the Main Street? And so that's kind of what we continue to work on, and what the city's Main Street program and tourism and destination services work on.
Talk a lot of focus on Main Street. Talk a little bit about that. Different programs y'all are working on, and incentive programs, or big events coming. But how are we looking to help people have a reason to get off I-35?
Yeah, Main Street is so much of who we are as a community, and I think the mayor and Micah both touched on this, is we're okay with being different. We're not trying to be like everybody else. We love our friends and neighbors, but we're trying to retain that kind of Main Street small town charm, and so holding on to what we have. The train running through our downtown kind of limits half of our development, and so capitalizing on what we have left and realizing that Main Street only has west to grow and kind of move into the neighborhoods, and helping encourage that growth when those homeowners or buyers are ready to flip the house from a residential house to a commercial development of an office or some kind. We're supporting that development as well. So we have one new building coming in that will be a sandwich shop that's on the north end of Main Street. We've got a couple of things in the works. We're working on the historic train depot, which was an 1884 train depot that was the original train stop that put Buda on the actual map. That was in the 1980s, sold to a rancher south of San Marcos, and we were gifted it back. So with the help of our partners at Lawrence and Logic Group, we got it moved back here, and we're renovating that, and it will soon be a retail incubator space to help more retail businesses get started on our main street.
Yeah, talk about that. And then the other, is there another incubator program, or that was maybe a year or so old? What y'all are really trying to get local businesses and help support them, and so they can grow with Buda.
Yeah, about a year ago, March, we started a program that's called the HIVE. Micah's right, we only have 4-letter acronyms. That's all we can handle is 4. HIVE is home for innovators, visionaries, entrepreneurs. And it's located in our downtown area, and it really was started as an incubator program just to see how we could help businesses, what they needed from us. And we knew we would sort of build it as we were flying. We didn't know exactly what people needed, but we knew that the field was ripe of entrepreneurs in our community. All of our data said that, and it has proven to be true. We just graduated our 3rd cohort. About 35 people have come through that program, and they're all starting businesses of different stripes in the area. Some are home-based service industry, some are retail brick and mortar. The hope is that they come through that program, and then they can move into the depot and launch their retail product at the depot. And then they have a sound foundation, and now they're ready to move into a full market rate retail project that is under construction in our community.
Very good. So I got the pleasure of joining on the bus tour of Buda. And if everybody has your programs, you didn't get one, there's a QR code on there. It'll take you to bios and different links, and one of them is the program for the Buda property crawl they did, and I was blown away. I knew of the Nighthawk, the TV dinner factory that's here, which is pretty wild. But there's a lot of other food related and different. Talk a little bit about, as we touched on, Buda doesn't have as much available space, so we're trying to grow smartly. And talk a little bit who y'all are focusing on, or Buda as to come in, ideal types of tenants or types of market sectors on some of the larger tracks that might be left. What's the focus that we want to brand Buda to be the blank?
Yeah. Well, I don't know what the blank is yet. I'll think about that as I talk, but we need more retail. So that's kind of our next area of focus, is to make sure that the folks that are here can kind of keep those dollars here and watch that leakage. That's a big focus for us. We don't have a lot of large tracts left, and the things that are left are not super easy. There's a reason that they're still available, and so we're keenly aware of that challenge. Focusing on high-paying jobs is a really important part of what we're doing. I'm hesitant to even say industry, because 6 months ago, I didn't know what micro missile drone defense even was. And the other folks that I'm talking to, I have to Google those terms too. So we say advanced manufacturing in a very generic kind of way, but it's more than that. It's like AI, robotics, and a technology that's evolving in a way that we cannot even possibly keep up with. But those are the jobs that our kids will be able to stay here for and have a living wage. So it's our goal to provide jobs for the people who already live here and not have to import talent for jobs that we don't have people to do manual labor and assembly line kind of stuff. So trying to match those two existing residents with the right kind of job is a big priority for me.
Very good. Well, let's wrap it up with final thoughts. We got architects, contractors, developers, builders. How can they, whether it's work with the EDC or be on the lookout for different ways to partner with you? Any advice for them as they're wanting to kind of ride the Buda train as the train's coming into the station? How can they work with you guys, or like I said, be on the lookout for things, opportunities opportunities to help you guys, and for you to help them as well.
Yeah, I think the most important thing is to just call us. I mean, we can't help if we don't know about it, and if we know about it, we're much more able to bring the city in early. The city, Micah mentioned this earlier, Angela Kennedy, who's the city engineer and director of development services, has done a fantastic job in streamlining processes and coming up with solutions, and I'm really proud of the changes that have happened over there. And so they are quick to come up with solutions, and we can't help if we don't know, so call us. We're going to be very honest with you, as Tim Dowling will tell you. That's probably my fatal flaw. It saves you a lot of time and money, though, doesn't it, Tim? Yeah, well, I'm going to tell you if we can't do it just as quickly as I'll tell you if we can do it. I think that's the right thing to do for everybody. But you just got to tell us, you got to reach out to us, and we just try to work together and build the right project that's the right thing for everybody. It has to be win-win or it's not going to work.
Very good. Well, let's hear it one more time for Jennifer Storm, Economic Developer of the Year. Thank you so much for having us, chatting. All right, I'd like to bring up the next panel sponsor, Gray Civil Engineers. Oh, there you go. Yeah, come up, say a few words about Gray, what y'all are doing in Buda, and we got the developer panel coming up. So, thank you, Brian.
All right. Yeah, thanks, Glenn, for putting on another great event, bringing really good people here. My name is Brian Williams. I'm with Gray Civil, managing partner with Gray Civil. We're an Austin firm. We've been here for over 35 years. We have 56 employees offering a wide range of engineering services, infrastructure design, land development, construction management, environmental services, represent special districts. Here in Buda, we've been doing work since the early 2000s. Most recently, we've been doing the Persimmon project, which is a large master plan community off 967 where the new roundabout was constructed. Happy to answer any questions you have. Happy hour, I'll be around if you have any questions about engineering. Hit me up. Now I'm happy to introduce the next panelists. We have Dax Beckendorfer. He's with Balcones Real Estate Group. Obviously, you know a little bit of his work by looking around you right here. Dax's been doing this for about a decade, and look forward to hearing more of what he has to say. If you want me to go ahead and introduce everybody. Yeah. And the next is Shawnee Armbruster, who was born and raised in Buda, Director of Acquisitions for Milestone Community Builders. She helps navigate a lot of complex projects for Milestone, and here locally she's been working on Persimmon. It's up and running, homes are for sale, so if you're looking for a home in Buda, great place to buy. The third panelist will be Tim Dowling with Buda Capital Partners. Tim's a local Buda developer who's been doing the development of the Roundabout in Buda. It's a community-focused mixed-use project designed to serve a new gathering place for Buda, so look forward to hearing from Tim and some of the vision he has for the retail users there. Thanks.
Very good. Thanks, Brian. Thanks, Gray Civil, for sponsoring. Come on up, speakers. Come on up, grab a stool. Grab a stool. I'm going to let y'all share one mic because I have to keep one because I'm going to have questions and they're coming, so be ready. Come on, especially you, Tim. I'm talking to you, Tim. Questions coming your way. You got to take it. Oh, boy. Yeah. There we go. I think in the program we got Dax starting first since he's the host. So Dax is a two-time LinkedGlenn panelist. We had him at the Lockhart Building Beyond Austin event at the barbecue restaurant there. Y'all are doing I guess a quasi-similar. This is kind of y'all's MO. Smaller industrial complexes. Tell us a little bit about yourself and then Balcones and the kind of the niche in the industrial space y'all are focusing on around Austin.
Well, Glenn, thanks for putting this together. Thanks everyone for coming out today. I think you probably picked the best day ever in Austin, Texas to host this event.
Yes.
My name's Dax Beckendorfer. I am with Balcones Real Estate Group. We are the developer of this project. Balcones was founded about 5 years ago. We specialize in shallow bay industrial development. We actually have a partner on this, Cameron Huey with Tiger Capital. It's kind of the impetus for this site and making this project happen. So very thankful for his partnership in this deal. What we specialize and focus on is really, to Jennifer's point, users that are looking to move to the suburbs of Austin attract high-quality talent for a wide array of uses. For instance, we're sitting in about a 9,000 square foot move-in ready spec suite right now. It's got 2 restrooms, it's got office, LED lights, it's got 400 amps of power. It's ready to go, it's turnkey. We take the guesswork out of users who, like Perseus, their day-to-day job is to solve national defense issues, not learn how to build out office space. We're gonna handle that for our tenants. We offer a mix of grade level dock high loading, and we offer flexible lease terms. We spec insulation in our roof deck, so we make it very easy to drop in HVAC for users who maybe they have machinery or product that has to be humidity controlled. It's very easy to do that in our buildings. So that's the high level on Balcones. We've got projects up and down the I-35 corridor to Lockhart, up to Georgetown, ranging from 2,500 all the way up to 50, 60, 70,000 square foot tenants.
Speaking of tenants, tell us a little bit about who, obviously you have a missile company here, but who are the other types of tenants that this is important for, that maybe is a missing niche in the market?
So our first tenant was actually in Building 6. It's a 7,300 square foot space, 3 dock high doors. It was a individual out of Houston. He ran a 4 million square foot Amazon distribution facility and ultimately decided he wanted to get out of the big corporate Amazon distribution world, start his own business. So he started a franchise cabinet restoration company called Renew Medic. They took space in Building 6. We've got a national grocery chain that leased space in Building 4. They receive dock high loads, 1 or 2 a day, and then they've got vehicles that come and pick up those groceries and they deliver them to neighbors in the area. And then Perseus Defense obviously took all of Building 2. We've got a couple leases pending with some other similar high-tech R&D type light manufacturing, light assembly uses. Typically, a lot of our users are either serving the local trade area or they're doing some sort of high-tech light manufacturing where power and HVAC, new functional, highly functional warehouses are required.
Very good, very good. All right, well, so industrial. So now let's talk a little bit about the housing. Buda has grown. We talked about the metrics on the residents, the growth. Shawnee, tell us a little bit about yourself, Milestone, and Persimmon.
Sure, absolutely. Thanks for having us. So I'm Shawnee Armbruster. This is my hometown. So I'm so excited to see everybody here, see how Buda is growing and changing. And Milestone is the largest privately held home builder in Central Texas. So we're locally owned, locally operated. We only work in Central Texas. And one of our signature projects is right here in Buda, Persimmon. It's at the Bend in 967 that is now a Roundabout in 967, which very conveniently is located next to the Roundabout at 967. We've all thought about this. It's about 775 acres, over 100 acres of green space. We're opening up Garlic Creek for public trail access. We have a trail connection that goes all the way up to 1626. About 20 acres of commercial. We have a civic site. We have home sites that range in size from 50 up to 80-foot lots. We're so excited. We have our first homeowners living there, their families with bikes, hanging out in the neighborhood. We're really stoked about it.
Very cool. So yeah, what's when do they move in, and what's the first phase? Is a first phase build out? Is there how many homes and what kind of over what time period?
Absolutely. So 248 homes in this first phase. We have almost all those lots on the ground. We have, oh gosh, my sales team's going to kill me. I don't know exactly how many are sold, but I want to say it's somewhere in the 30 to 50 range. And I think we have 6 families that are living there already.
Very good. Yeah. Very exciting. Very exciting. And for those not in Buda, every road in Buda is required to be named after a number. Or at least that's the only ones I hear about. I don't know. There's a lot of them. Well, very good. Well, Tim, just right next door, across from Persimmon, they did rebuild you a roundabout. Let's hear about the roundabout.
The great thing about having the roundabout right there is we really didn't have to think hard over the name. It's the only one in Buda as of today. I'm sure more will come. So what we're doing is, I'm not, what generation? Third?
No, like 7 or 8.
7, 8 generations. I'm only been here for 22 years, but those that live here, we just love Buda to death. COVID, I'll just jump back to it. COVID changed a lot of our lives. For me, I realized, why am I doing stuff anywhere but my own backyard? And so I started a meetup, and it was fully focused on listening to what city leaders thought we needed. And I was lucky enough to have Micah come and talk. I've had Jennifer come and talk. I've had the development group come and talk. Everybody has come and told us, this is what we need. We need retail for Buda. They found out, they did a study years ago, $247 million were leaving the area, getting spent in Kyle and also in South Austin. It was a huge hole in the marketplace. And so I've been lucky enough, because we've communicated, we've shared, we've figured things out, and as Jennifer told you, she's very direct with me on what we need, or things when I actually get off the rails, she puts me back on the rails, which mentions, if anybody's seen the 3 railroad cars next to the roundabout, those are ours. And because who doesn't want to buy 3 cabooses? Everybody. Anyway, going back to what we're doing, is a 64,000 square foot retail space. It's a community driven retail spot. The goal is to have people that they come over for the day, they spend the day. We have restaurants. We are creating destination spots with the type of retails that we're after. We're already at, we were at 46% already leased as of this morning. We haven't broken ground officially. Hopefully that happens next week. Let's knock on wood, all that good stuff. And but as of today, I just added another retailer to an LOI, and another one has me submitting it tonight. So once we break ground, we're really going to take off. So anybody here that's in or knows of any awesome retailer, think of Congress, destination style. That's what we're after. But we have 64,000 square foot. We already have 2 large restaurants, coffee shop, liquor store, ice cream place. What else do you need?
Yes, Tim. What else do you need? What else?
I need lots.
Some space. So what do you think the missing tenants are in your?
Yeah, I have 2 different phases. I'm focused in on one phase being more medical type users, small office, could be doctor's office, dentist office. We were talking currently to a veterinarian. My second phase, that's the one I'm looking more that retail destination, that Congress type feel. So pretty soon, that's when I'm launching out to go try to find the rest of those tenants to fill our space.
Very good. So Jennifer talked about the train depot becoming an incubator. What do cabooses want to be?
The cabooses came from the same location as the depot. And let me back up real quick. So our partnership that we're doing with the City of Buda and the EDC, what we're doing is we're going to help connect in about a mile worth of trail system between, I think it's around 4,000 homes that are directly behind us. Median income, since a lot of you folks are focused in on the specifics and stats, we're looking at $111,000 median household income. So there's a lot of money here, and that's why all the money's been leaving that we're going to try to attract and bring in. But there's an area on the backside that is by the creek that is going to become the city park after we put a trail system in and a bridge connects into the rest of their trail. And so what was the rest of your question? My ADD just went.
What goes in a caboose?
The caboose. So the same location they ticked up the train depot, a super guy right on the other side of San Marcos had it. He also built a little VRB home center, had 4 of them. We ended up bringing 3 of them to Buda. The 4th one went out to Dripping Springs to also continue to be a VRBO for folks. We're going to use one as most likely a green room next to our stage, so the bands can come in, they'll have a bathroom, cool down, get ready for the songs. We're also going to use one that's going to be more of an office for our 2 restaurants that we're going to run on site. And the 3rd, we have no idea. If anybody wants to buy a train car, I got one. I don't know. We couldn't help ourselves.
Dax, that seems like that would be good branding maybe for the next Balcones. I don't know. There's San Marcos. They got some trains. I hear Helen was telling me about the trains in San Marcos. Maybe that's good. So you pass it on down. We'll get back to you, Dax. So you talked about the partnership with Tiger Capital, kind of how y'all came across this one, but what was y'all's initial thoughts on this type of product in Buda and the need for it, or the missing piece that y'all thought it might serve? Talk a little bit about those early on conversations when y'all started looking at this project specifically for Buda.
Yeah, so that's a great question. When you drive along I-35, there's no shortage of warehouses from Georgetown to San Antonio, but when you start to dig into the supply story, a lot of those warehouses are targeting users that are 100,000 square feet and up, or maybe they're 100,000 foot buildings targeting 50,000 foot users. And so the hard part is smaller users maybe who have really interesting technology but don't have a ton of operating history, they can't support taking down that much space, or maybe they just don't need that much space. And so they really only have one of two options. They move further out to older product that maybe doesn't have the power, the clear height, or the sprinkler system that they're requiring, or they just stay in place and then they're constrained and they can't really grow. And so the reason we decided to build this product type and in other submarkets as well is we're trying to fill that void where the vacancy story may be 20% across the market. For shallow bay, move-in ready, Class A warehouse space, it's much tighter, and we're seeing that right now with the requirements that are coming through, whether it's in San Marcos, Buda, Lockhart, Georgetown, Southeast Austin. There's just not a lot of room for users to take space in that average tenant size of about 7,000 to 20,000 square feet. So that's where we're coming in.
Okay. And your typical model is for lease product only?
Correct, for lease only.
Okay, very good. So Shawnee, we talked about the rooftops, but what else is in Persimmon? As y'all have some commercial pieces as well. I mean, no cabooses yet, but talk a little bit about some of the amenities and how Persimmon is different than maybe some of the other area master plan communities.
Sure, absolutely, happy to. So we do have about 21.5 acres of pure retail commercial right at the front of our project. So it'll be some nice synergy. I think y'all are a little bit ahead of us, but we'll go ahead and help fill in that market. We worked for years with the city of Buda, and they wanted to see some really beautiful form-based commercial out there. So it's gonna feel like a real community center. There will be outdoor patios, awnings. It'll all connect through a trail network, bike paths. I think I mentioned just miles and miles of trails. You can actually, if you're feeling extraordinarily energetic, get all the way up to Austin on the Violet Crown Trail from our project. So maybe an e-bike, I don't know, maybe if you're a runner. We do have an EMS site. We worked with the local ESD. There's going to be a new EMS site on property. Hayes County has asked that we hold a 15-acre site for one of their facilities. They might be coming in and putting some civic use in there. And then we've got a green belt on the east, a green belt on the west, a green belt going east-west, connecting the east and the west, where we think that it's very, very thoughtful. We worked with community members, we've worked with neighbors, and we've worked with the city to create something we're all really proud of.
Very good. And talk a little bit about master plan community development. So y'all are the master developers. Are y'all building homes? And how many other home builders are there currently on the?
Sure. So we're a little bit different. We do both land development and we're a home builder. Okay. So right now it's just us. It's just Milestone in there. It is large enough that we think it can be a full master plan community with other builder partners. We'll likely bring in a commercial builder partner. That's not really our world, and we want it to be done right. But yeah, right now it's just us.
And that's the plan. It all goes well. We're building out the whole, how many homes? 25?
200, 2,200, 2,000, 2,200, something like that.
Yeah, wow, that'd be. And what do you think, if all goes well, according to plan? Is that a 10, 15 year? I have no idea.
Well, if you ask my financial partners, we'll be done next year. But I think probably somewhere in the 7 to 10 year range.
Okay, well, very good. So Tim, looks like you got some customers coming.
Heck
right?
yeah.
So what did y'all see when you're looking at your 64,000 square feet as far as demographics surrounding it? What's the density? Or so this is we're on west of downtown, right? And there's got the toll road coming from Mopac now, dumping them off on the I'm sure it's a number road that's over there. Talk a little bit about y'all's research and what Buda was showing at the time to make the leap, say we're doing it.
You know, the big one had to do with vacancy rates. It's kind of where Dax kind of hit. One of the things with retail is there is such a high demand. When we first were looking at it, the overall vacancy rate of all of Austin area, and remember, Buda is 5 minutes from the edge of Austin? It's part of Austin. We're just our own thing, but it was 5%, but in where we were located, the vacancy rate was 2%. And, you know, for those that aren't aware, that means that opportunity is abundant. So we jumped on it. And on top of that, what we learned is 30% of the population is under the age of 18. They had nowhere to go. What their families were doing is jumping in that car, going to Kyle, going to South Austin to once again spend that money. So one of the sites, or one of the restaurants sites, is actually about 1 acre large. We're actually putting 3 pickleball, 3 volleyball. We have a stage. We have a big kids play area. The actual square footage of the building is 4,000 internal, 4,000 patio. So the idea going back to is building a development center where all the tenants are partners if they want to participate and all work together to create events for the weekends and different types of things to bring in the people, keep them there, keep them entertained, and give those kids something to do. But our big factor, once again, I think I've already mentioned to you guys, population or the demographics of the household income, $111,000. There's a lot of money in those houses, and they want to go spend the money. The city wants them to spend the money because that goes back to the sales tax revenue, which gives more services to the area. And then having this beautiful community getting built right across the street from us, 2,200 homes. I mean, we have, I believe, it works out to almost 9,000 homes because there's 2 other communities being built close by as well. So there is just such a huge population, and where we sit, it couldn't be beat. It blows my mind. The only people that were looking at that site were either people that wanted to build an apartment complex or gas stations. Would that be about correct, what you guys heard? Yes. So,
well, very good. Dax, we're kind of wrapping up here. Tell us a little bit about Balcones. What's the future look like? Is there other sites available in Buda, or what in the I-35 corridor are y'all focusing on? Maybe some opportunities next.
I'm going to get to that. I do want to hit on the 2,200 homes coming to Buda because that benefits retail in a huge way. It also benefits shallow bay industrial in a massive way as well. That's where employment comes from. We've had groups tour here and look at Sunfield, which you can see right over there, and they think about all the use cases of what they're selling or the trade that they're providing and the nearby communities that they're serving. And so it's massive for us too. To that point, to your question, Balcones, we're hyper-focused on the I-35 corridor. We would love to do more in Buda. We'd love to do more in Austin. We're working on stuff in San Marcos. We've got an active project down there right now. And so I think over the next 5 years, you're going to see a lot more Balcones in Hays County.
And kind of, are we not rubber stamping them, but this, I mean, y'all have kind of got it dialed in and adjust a little bit per the site, but do y'all think y'all are hitting the sweet spot? Or do y'all have kind of variations of different property ideas?
I think we're going to stick to our core competency right now, which is shallow bay, 7,500 to 15,000 foot tenants. Sometimes the site constraints dictate what we can build and how we build it. So we called this Tower Business Park because we've got this cell tower over here. And the way the site is laid out, it really only made sense to put a grade level building here and a dock high and then a grade level. And so that variety also serves different tenants' needs. But for the most part, the buildings may look a little different. the target tenant is going to be very similar to what we're doing here.
Very good. So Tim owns a caboose. Do y'all own the cell tower? I feel like that's probably a pretty good revenue generator. Did that come with?
The seller actually retained that.
That's what billboards and cell towers are, they just print money. It's hard to give up. Very good. So Shawnee, talk a little bit about Milestone. Where I know y'all did the the Grove. It was an incredible development. Where else are y'all currently working, or is all the eggs in the Persimmon Easter basket?
No, we're all over the Austin MSA. We're just wrapping up the Grove, which, if y'all haven't seen it, is a fantastic infill project right at 45th and Bull Creek. Excuse me, I have a friend. It's almost completely built out. There's a beautiful new city of Austin Park. We have townhomes, we have single-family homes, we have apartments, we have commercial. We also are out in West Austin. We have an infill project at Lost Creek. We're also out in River Place. We wrapped up our master plan community up north, so we have a few small projects in Round Rock, North Austin area, but nothing huge up there. And then we also have a couple projects down in Kyle, East Buda, and a few more in the works. So we're all over.
Very good. Very good. All right, Tim, let's close it out. Or these people are wanting to talk loud again in a warehouse, so we got to get them to their next appointment here. And the bar coolers are open. Send us out. You're Mr. Buda. First off, Tim has a rule. He only works so many miles around his house, and I still have yet to figure out what's happening outside. Was it 12 miles?
Nailed it. 12 miles. 12 miles from my front door is it. If it's outside of, I'm not even listening to you.
So I'm going to get on a map and see what happens in that 13th mile. But no, I mean, that's a good strategy, right? You mentioned, you started the meetup. You really got to know the city officials, people in the community, business owners. You really hyper-focus, know what's needed, what they would want to support, what's missing. Talk a little bit about how important that was and how you think that becomes the differentiator for the Roundabout versus just let's get every national tenant that's credit worthy. It would be the easy button, right?
Well, and the honest piece of it is it's amazing when you see how the three different industries you're looking at, being the industrial, the actual, creating the businesses, the homes, the retail for those people to go do and go hang out, enjoy, do their things. The EDC and the city of Buda, all of them they're conjugating over here on this side, but it's absolutely amazing to watch what they're doing because they are playing this master game of chess and they're doing what they call carefully curating, and it's so true to watch. It's amazing to watch. If you get an opportunity to work here, play here, or if you're a broker or your friends that want to bring their business here, I have never seen anything like it. I'm playing in other markets. Most communication doesn't occur. The communication here is unreal. I mean, I've run into issues just as goofy as how do I cross that creek? Where, on planning, it says I had to be 160 foot, or I think 160 foot long, which would have cost over $1 million. It's like, I can't do that. We sat down one day, and I think it was, I think you were there, Jennifer, someone with the EDC. We had Micah there. We had the development director. She had it fixed, the development director, in less than 5 minutes. She goes, oh, I know what we need to do. She came up with the plan. I'm like, thank you. Because if I would have went the traditional path, I would have spent somewhere between $60,000 to $100,000 going back and forth with ideas back and forth instead of coming up with, here's your solution. If you have a chance to do anything in Buda, do it. It is an amazing thing. The businesses that's coming in, it's not just focused on we need this one piece. You need all the pieces. And they're bringing the Buda Sportsplex. I think somebody mentioned over here 8 different softball fields, high-end batting cages. They're going to bring people from all over the place to come and visit with their different activities. They're going to need a place to go spend money, and I'm going to help them do that. But it's truly amazing what the group back here with the City of Buda EDC has done, and I want to make sure before anybody does does lead, we've got to give them a round of applause.
Absolutely.
Because the only reason we're successful is going to be these guys.
Yeah. Absolutely. And it's a LinkedGlenn motto as well. Give people a reason, an opportunity to spend money. There you go. There you go. When in doubt, and spend a lot of money. Give them an opportunity to spend a lot of money. There you go. Speaking of, I forgot a shout out to the check-in sponsors, Tiffany Hart with ABM. She's still here. There she is. Tiffany Hart, no relation, but my wife Leanna Hart with Record Realty, who she had to leave kid duty and all, but you have to give her a shout out. She just listed a house in Buda the Friday before Easter and already has a contract in on it. I think that speaks volumes to.
And it was a $600,000 home, so it wasn't just something just anybody can buy. Yeah.
And $15,000 over asking. So I mean, my wife's brilliant. So if you need to sell a home, there you go. There you go. You can get some LinkedGlenn memes in the listing. But thank y'all all. Very big round of applause for the developer panel here. Very good. Very good. So we do have the warehouse for an hour. So we get drinks over there. Make sure you get a koozie, grab a program, the QR code, and there is quite a bit of information I've spent a lot of time putting in there, so I'd appreciate it. And I know if you scan it or not, so scan the QR code, check out the different projects. It's got links to different things. Shout out to DSE Media. We got the camera. We got the mics. We're going to have some content. You can, if you missed anything, you want to go back and circle back, see, check out something again. That'll be on YouTube and the social medias here at some point in the future soon. Thank y'all. Next building beyond Austin is we're going north to Liberty Hill. A lot of exciting things happening there, so be on the lookout for that in May. Thank y'all all for coming. Stick around, network, outside, inside. We're here. Thank you all.
I want to jump in. Hey guys, please give Glenn a round of applause.